Hannah, you can begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and most importantly, our incredible mothers who are the reason we gather here today. Happy Mother's Day. It's an honor to stand before you and express our heartfelt appreciation for the extraordinary women in our lives. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Priyas, and I'm your host and presenter. Today, we come together to celebrate the immeasurable love, sacrifice, and strength that mothers embody. It's a day to acknowledge the profound impact that they have on our lives, shaping us into the individuals we are today. Whether they are our biological mothers, grandmothers, adoptive mothers, or mother figures, their unwavering support and unconditional love deserves recognition and gratitude. On behalf of Active Kids, we want to present this small video put together by Active Kids community.
This old adage that God cannot be everywhere, so he made mothers.
Is the video audible, Hannah? Can I play it?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Have you heard of this old adage that God cannot be everywhere, so he made mothers? From the moment we take our first breath, she becomes our unwavering support, our guiding light, and our eternal source of strength. She is our first teacher, our confidant, and our biggest cheerleader. They believe in us when the world turns its back, and they push us to reach for stars when we feel like giving up. To the mothers who have held our hands, wiped away our tears, and celebrated our victories, we thank you. Let us make every day Mother's Day by cherishing, respecting, honoring the remarkable women who have given us the gift of life and the immeasurable power of their love. Happy Mother's Day. Have you heard of this old adage that God...
Yes, Hannah, you can continue.
Now let me invite our club coach and founder of Active Kids, Ms. Tarnam Sheikh, to share a few words.
Thank you, Hannah. Right. So first of all, a very, very warm and heartfelt gratitude to all our mothers who are here. Okay, it is such a delight to have them as our audience today. Despite their busy schedule, I'm sure you know that mothers have multitude tasks to fulfill. Do you agree with me? Show of hands. Come on, guys. Yes, I'm sure you've seen her slog and you have seen her running errands and also juggling. I think she's a better juggler than anyone you have seen, right? Despite all the tasks which are, on the top of her list, what always remains last is herself. This, I'm telling it from my experience as a mother, and also I have seen my mother do the same thing from years to come. Even the time when self-care, self-love, me time, these words weren't discovered during our time when we were growing up. But in this time and age, we see that self-care, self-image, burnouts are considered as crucial issues and it needs attention. That was the inspiration for me to get you all to talk, to discuss, and be aware that of the things which a mothers go through, and also how, as children, you play an important role in helping them, shouldering this responsibility and doing your bit to make her feel better. Because for her, nothing means more than you smiling and achieving victories. So here, this is the event which is organized to showcase your skill and caliber and also show how much you love and care for your mother. And so that next time when you see her getting stressed and upset, I'm sure you're going to do something to help her and make her day brighter. On that note, I'd like to say, tell all the mommies, and I can also see one father joining in, a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I think it's a difficult job. It is a full-time job, and I wish it was a paid job. We would all be millionaires. Do you all agree? All right. So yes, we begin with we. I would like to extend my warm welcome to our guest and chief judge, who herself is an epitome of an extremely patient, calm, and a role model mother for many. In fact, even for me, we have met through social networking, LinkedIn page, and that was the first time when I came across Miss Shabina Zaidi, and how her journey of being an author shaped up. I was very intrigued to find out how she is tackling her challenges as a mother of two power packed and turbocharged girls, which she has mentioned in her blurb of her book, which is the revolution of a millennial mom. And I'm so intrigued that I'm definitely going to take this book and read, so that I can get some insights of how I can put myself and also my family on the top of the radar, and also live a happy and a fulfilled life. So I think this whole book really talks all about that. To give you a little update on her profile, she is based in UAE. She's originally from Jaipur, Rajasthan. She is an engineer by profession, and like I said, she's a mother of two. She's a the book which she has written is a debut book, which is The Revolution of a Millennial Mom. And I'm really excited to know how this book really shaped up, and what are some of the key insights which she has to give our mothers who are present here. So let's hear it from our chief judge, Ms. Shabina Zaidi. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Tarannum, for the humble introduction. And good morning to all the kids, active kids I'm seeing on my screen. And a very happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who are present over here. Now, as we said that, it is a mother's job to take care of the kids. So my book initiated with this concept that it's not only a mother's job to take care of the kids, but it is a parental job. It can be a father's job as well. Now, how this book initiated was the fact that during pandemic, when we all mothers, they were engrossed with the household chores, with managing the kids and with managing our office duties and all that. And then I realized that this is taking a toll on my mental capacity. And then I thought that, is it only me who's, having this kind of a feeling that I am happy and I am sad at the same time? And then I began researching about this. And I found out that all mothers have this kind of a feeling. They have resentment against their children. They have love for their children, and both are existing at the same time. So this quality, this feeling is called ambivalence. And you must have heard that it happens with all the mothers. I mean, all over the world, ladies are giving birth to kids, and they have this tough time. They have to undergo all the mental pressure and all that. And it happens with all the mothers. But I would like to tell them that it happens with all the mothers, but it is happening with you for the very first time. And that is how this book originated, this book initiated, and I started writing about it because we have been hearing a lot, as mothers, we are being judged. We have been hearing about the comparisons that, we are made with, like we are compared with our traditional moms, we are compared with other moms, we are compared with moms who are celebrities. So I had to, lay out this foundation that there should not be any comparisons, because every mother is different and their challenges are different. They should not be compared on a common denominator, right? Because there is, at this stage, we have technological advancement, which was not there earlier when our mothers were parenting us. But there was not so much emotional distress, and there was not so much of a mom guilt, because that generation was not educated at a level which our generation is. We have been, as I speak about millennials, so we have been privileged enough to be educated as along with the boys, and there was no differences when we were being raised up. But right when it comes to motherhood, it becomes a woman's duty to take care of the kids. And there, the gender disparity begins to rise up. And the gender disparity takes place right from our homes and right from our kitchen. So as we speak about mom burnout, and I think that is a wonderful topic that you people have selected for this Mother's Day. I think it is really an art to discuss about what is mom burnout and what is emotional distress. Because, and why does this arise? Why does this arise? Why does this ambivalent feeling arise? And why does this paradoxical feeling arise? Because of the fact that there has been researched in it has been researched in Chester University that present day moms, they are so well educated, they want to work out, they want to have their coffee breaks with their colleagues, but still when it comes to motherhood, they are laden with responsibilities of mothering a child. And at the same time, there is so much of emotional instability in their minds, and they have to go along with it. But the fact is that how do we tackle it? How do we tackle this emotional instability, and how do we tackle this mom burnout? We can tackle this in a way that, as a society, we are given this notion that it is only valuable when you are being remunerated. If you're earning, that job is considered valuable. But we have to, get this in our brains that the work that we are doing for our kids, the value that we are providing to our kids, it is invaluable. And even if it is non-remunerated, it is invaluable. And, we can suppress this mom burnout by having a me time, as it was discussed earlier, and by reading a lot, by joining book clubs, by joining any kind of a club. For example, I found there was a club for women's strollers. So they would carry their stroller along with their babies and they would go out for a walk. So be vocal about your thoughts, say it out loud, write on social media, and have a group, mom's group, and then engage in some kind of an activity, play with your kids, and just bear in your mind that whatever contribution that you are making, even if it is non-remunerated, but you're working 24/7 to raise an individual and contribute your sane individual to the society, to humanity, and that is a great job indeed. So that is my message to all the moms, that you are playing a great role as a mother, because you are actually forming and molding an individual whom you're contributing to the society. So this is a contribution, and that this is invaluable. So with this talk, let me end my conversation, and I will just show you a glimpse of my book. It is called Revelations of a Millennial Mom. And this book speaks about the differences, the similarities about a millennial mom with the traditional moms, with the other moms. And it speaks about various challenges which we moms come across, but we don't speak about because of the fear of being judged. So whatever I observe from society, from my surroundings, being a mother, how a girl transforms and the metamorphosis of a girl takes place when she lands, she embarks on a journey of motherhood. So these are my insights about motherhood, which I have written in this book. It is available on Amazon.ae. So thank you so much, Ms. Taranum. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Shabina. I think you've really touched upon the core issues which, we are trying to bring in through this discussion, and our children have painstakingly worked hard to share the insights and, what are the, these crucial issues around women burnout and, the stress and challenges which mothers go through. I'm sure we'll get some interesting insights from you after the panel discussion. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us. Right. So I would like to hand it over back to our wonderful MC, Anna Priyas.
Thank you, ma'am, for being our mentor. And thank you to our Chief Judge, Ms. Shabina Zaidi, for consenting to be with us despite her busy schedule. Thank you, ma'am. With a vision to raise awareness among students, Active Kids has organized this special panel discussion on a crucial topic: wellness for mom burnout. Our 9 panelists are geared up to share some powerful insights strategies, and perspectives about the key topics like self-care, stress management, happiness, and well-being in mothers. Let's get the ball rolling. Let me invite the moderator of today's panel discussion, Ms. Tarnam Sheikh, to begin this much-awaited discussion. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Hannah. Can we hear it for Hannah? Come on, audience. Let's show some reaction for our event host, Hannah Priyas. She's done a commendable job as an event host. Thank you, Hannah. She's also the timekeeper for our event. Thank you, Hannah. All right. So we get the ball rolling. Let me just also extend warm welcome to our 9 panelists who are on panel today. Their names are as follows. This panel discussion is going to focus, as mentioned, about different issues about self-care, about the strategies, how we can overcome the burnout and the stress, the daily challenges. The entire event is divided into 3 segments. First segment is discussion, where all the 9 panelists are going to be throwing light and sharing some insights and facts about the issue which we have taken up for discussion. That's for 30 minutes. After the discussion, the second segment is where our live audience, our mothers, can have a Q&A session with the panelists. I encourage all the mothers to kindly ask questions to our children, not to trick them or let them, we want to see them rise, and we want them to be challenged more. So for that purpose, please stay in the discussion, listen, and share some questions with them, so that I want them to further foster the confidence which they are developing. So I request that Q&A segment to be really, really interactive. The third segment is where Ms. Shabina is going to share her evaluation with our panelists about what went well, what could be the better way to learn and move forward. So this is how the entire panel discussion is structured. Let me share the criteria which we have kept in mind, and the children have been trained while we were planning how panel discussion can be made effective. So this is the criteria which our chief judge is going to keep in mind while she's giving her evaluation, knowledge and content. Panelists to kindly note the same: communication skills, collaboration and interaction, organization and structure, the way you're structuring your points and presenting your insights, audience engagement, and the overall impact. Okay, so these are the 6 criteria which is being kept in mind. So without further ado, we are going to begin with our panel discussion. I'm going to I would request all the mothers, as I'm going to pin all the panelists one by one, to kindly put some reactions or unmute and clap, so that it encourages and sets the tone for our discussion. Let me invite our first panelist, Rigved Rajesh.
Hi everyone, my name is Rigved Rajesh.
We'll just pin everybody and then we begin the.
Yes.
Let's welcome our second panelist, Swastik Gupta, Eva Chada, Tanvi Kundra, Anthea Pereira, Arshia Sheikh, Ayansh Gupta, Tanisha Kunigal. Okay, so Alina Sinha will, okay, but Tanisha, you'll have to, I cannot see your video. Okay, so yes, so we have Alina. Yeah, so these are our, I hope I have not missed anybody. Is anybody yet to be pinned? Okay, so we have our 9 panelists. Audience, mothers, all the 9 panelists are here who are geared up for the discussion. Timer to kindly start the timer now. All right. So let me start as a moderator for today's event. Just a minute. I'm just going to get on with it. Right. So do you ever wish that mothering was a paid full-time job, so you could either quit or change jobs? Burnout is real, says the WHO. The mother of children who is dead tired, worn out, overwhelmed, and has no time for herself. She sleeps with one ear on listening for awake children, eats standing up or in front of front seat of her car in less than 30 seconds, makes 37 multiple meals and snacks every day, cleans, picks up, entertains, plays, comforts, cuddles, nurses, folds, washes, rocks a child every waking moment of every single day. Selfishly takes care of everyone around her, but taking care of herself is always last on the list. She's a superwoman, but she's dog tired, and having mommy burnout means that this Wonder Woman has hit the threshold where she needs help because she can't keep up the charade any longer. So I welcome all the esteemed panelists to this discussion. And as the opening remark goes, we are going to discuss about the wellness for mom burnout. I would request the panelists to kindly introduce themselves one by one, starting from Tanvi Kundra.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tanvi Kundra. I am so honored to be part of this panel discussion.
Eva Chadda.
Hello, everyone that's here today. Extremely grateful that you can join us. I'm Eva Chedda, and I'm extremely pleased to be amongst you today.
Thank you. Swastik Gupta.
Hello everyone, my name is Swastik Gupta and I am very honored to be a part of this panel discussion.
Thank you. Anthea Pereira.
It's such a pleasure to be here on the panel today to discuss such a crucial topic. Hi, my name is Anthea Pereira and I'm looking forward to this event.
Thank you. Arshia Sheikh.
Hi everyone, I'm Asha Sheikh and it's a pleasure to be here to talk about a crucial topic which is mom burnout.
Ayanj Gupta.
Hello everybody, my name is Anj Gupta and I have pleasure to be amidst this panel discussion.
Thank you. Rigved Rajesh.
Hi everyone, my name is Rigved Rajesh and I'm really honored to be a part of this panel discussion.
Alaina Sinha.
It is such a pleasure to be on the panel today to discuss such a crucial topic. Hi, my name is Laina Sinha and I'm looking forward to this event.
Tanisha Kunigal.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Kunigal and it's a pleasure to be as a panelist today.
Thank you. I welcome all the panelists here. Here we begin our panel discussion. And my first question for the panel is, how do you define burnout? What is it that, characterizes a burnout? So I can start. The floor is open. Anyone can choose to start. Yes.
Burnout is a condition of extreme stress, whether emotionally or mental exhaustion. It happens when you're not able to give in that ongoing demand.
Can we have some, thank you, Laina. Can we throw light on how to define burnout for all our audience who is present here to understand it better? Yes, Eva.
I feel like burnout is a state of complete exhaustion where you're too tired to keep on the act of the perfect mother.
Very well said. Can we have one more definition going for our audience to understand better? Yes, Tanvi Kundra.
Burnout is a state of physical and mental shutdown. It means you've done a bit too much for your whole system and you can't do anything more without getting too tired.
Thank you, panelists. So as we have discussed this issue of burnout, and we associate burnout with stress, okay, with resentment, with the guilt and everything. So do you think, and the opposite of that goes as self-care, but sometimes self-care for mothers is associated with selfishness, being selfish for her happiness because she chooses her over others. What is it that the panelists feel about this issue of self-care versus selfishness?
I completely disagree with this because self-care is something which a person is looking forward to itself, because if he or she will not have a time for herself or himself, his body will burn out and he will not be able to do anything.
Okay. Yes.
Many moms who find themselves in a spot of burnout, they do understand that I need to prioritize my self-care. But despite this fact, it still nags in their brains and their thoughts that is self-care selfishness. They need to know that they have to prioritize their own needs over the others.
I find this completely true because I feel that mothers don't know the difference between selfishness and self-care. Sometimes they think that being selfish means doing self-care because they put themselves on top of everyone, when actually that's what's most important.
Absolutely. So as the panelists, you talked about prioritizing, which is a very, very important word in this point which you have shared. Prioritizing others over herself. Do you have any kind of a story which relates to this point where your mother or someone, who around you have noticed has prioritized her others over herself? Yes, Tanisha.
Yes, ma'am. Like my mother always prioritizes me and my sister over her. Like for example, at my house, like she always cooks my favorite food. My sister and I, my favorite food. Like I never know what is her favorite food. Each and every meal she cooks whatever I say or my sister says. So this is what I feel. She prioritizes me and my sister every time.
Absolutely.
I
Can we have
completely
Yes, Anthea.
Sorry, I completely agree with Tanisha. Mothers, despite their busy schedule, they think that they feel guilty because they're taking time for themselves. But I think they need to understand that taking time for themselves is not being selfish. It's for their betterment.
Absolutely. Very well
Many
said.
many
Yes,
mothers
yes, Rigvit.
yes, many mothers feel overwhelmed and they push things that give them comfort at down their list of priorities because they believe that like it's really selfish to take care of themselves, and like if they don't help others, they, what do you say, it might show bad way for the mother, right? They might say that it'll give them a bad opinion about the mother. That's the word.
Right, right. Absolutely. So as we are discussing about the burnout issue, are there any key facts for us to, take away from this discussion, which talks about how burnout is a real issue? Yes. Yes, Ayansh, are there any facts you would or findings which you have which talks about how burnout is a real issue? Ayansh Gupta.
Yeah, I find that burnout is really a big issue due to the reason that sometimes I take my lockdown story for example. Her mom actually worked very hard since there was no maid to like clean the dishes, do sweep the floor. She had to do the work. It caused her a big burnout.
Okay.
Along with that, I was I was getting bored, and even though she was very busy, she still sacrificed her time for me, which I guess caused a lot of burnout.
Absolutely. So what are some of the facts which, Alina, you think can support the issue what we are discussing?
Yeah. A lot of times when moms have burnouts, according to a study, they studied a sample of 240 mothers, and they found out that 77% had a history of mood disorders, which is some signs of burnout.
Absolutely. So can we have, yes.
Yes. According to UN, almost 10 million of working mothers in the US, alone in the US, are suffering from burnout. If there's already 10 million mothers suffering from burnout in US, imagine the entire world, how much
Absolutely.
stress they would be taking in.
Right.
And second thing, this year, according to the American Psychological Association researchers, almost 93% of the world of mothers are suffering from burnout. This is a real serious thing we need to talk
Right.
about.
So as we have discussed some facts around this topic, let us also throw light on what are some of the signs of burnout. Can we have Tanvi throw some light and tell us about some signs of burnout?
Sure, ma'am. A few signs of burnout can include extreme sleepiness. They can also include mood swings. Like, for example, you did something wrong and she starts screaming at you. Though it doesn't mean that every time you do something wrong, she screams at you. It's not a sign of burnout. But little things can pile up into a burnout, and then that can come out in the form of screaming, in the form of unneeded crying. So these are some of the signs that I have noticed. What about you?
One more sign for mom burnout is that she distanced herself from her family and she's isolated and she wants to be alone. So basically, she distanced herself from her family and she's isolated from the whole world and she just feels something inside her. And yeah, I feel that.
Arshia, I agree with you, and I've noticed that moms don't get enough sleep. They stay awake trying to do the work that they've missed on, and this really impacts their entire schedule.
As Eva had told about sleep deprivation, it also sleep deprivation and stress is one leading factor of like extreme high blood pressure rates, which can start leading to fatigue, depression, and short-term memory. I get, yeah, short-term memory, and a lot of time. If you like go near and touch your mother's forehead, you'd see it's very hot sometimes. And that is one thing about it starts to lead to fevers and many more symptoms.
Absolutely. The health risk which comes with burnout and stress. Yes. So can we have Swastik share some more insights on this, on the signs and symptoms of burnout?
Signs and symptoms of burnout can result in illness because, as my mother is also ill because of burnout, and my exams were going on, and she was focusing on me and skipping her sleep. So this can be a sign of burnout that she is getting ill frequently.
Absolutely. A very valid point of exams. Around exams, the mothers definitely the emotional, the trauma which mothers go through is really high and they prioritize themselves last. So can we, Anthea, I would like you to share some points on how, as a family member, what is your role or what is one thing you could do to help prevent burnout for mothers? For your mother?
I think it's like really important for others and family members to recognize these signs of burnout. Otherwise, if continued, this might lead to an even bigger problem in the future. And if not recognized, this could, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I completely agree with Anthea. So basically, the family members should understand her and do something for her. So she feels happy and it basically decreases the risk of burnout, I would say.
Absolutely. Aligned.
Following this point, I feel that the family is a team. So you should have your spouse help out in the field. And there's one thing, it won't happen according to you completely, but it will help you decrease your burnout.
Elena, I agree, because not always can a family detect the signs, but they should constantly be on the lookout and just regularly. They should just have a day or two where they let the mom be themselves, go out on a walk, or just have a little bit of me time for themselves.
What about families where you have siblings, where there are younger siblings? How do you think you can play a role over there? So can we have maybe Tanvi share some insights there?
In families where there are siblings, the elder sibling can offer some time towards the younger sibling so the mother can get some rest. Especially when the siblings are less than 5 years old, they need a lot of attention. Be it studies, be it sleep time, everything goes in the plate of the mother. So that is another major reason of burnout, because the younger sibling takes up so much of the time that neither do they get to sleep and neither is there any other self-care. So the older sibling or the father or any other people, if there's a joint family, can offer to babysit the younger sibling for a while so that the mother gets some me time.
Absolutely.
So some characteristics in a caregiver are respect, patience, empathy, support. When the mother is having some stress on her shoulders, she can take a break and the elder kid can help out like this. So often this can be done efficiently with less stress for the mother.
Absolutely. Right. So the next thing, what I think it will be for the benefit of our guest is talking about how social media is making it either worse or it's supporting, burnout. What is your take on this issue of social media helping us, or it's a curse, or in the terms of mother burnout? So can we have Ayansh talk
Yeah,
about it a little bit?
ma'am, can I?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I feel like social media helps mothers. Now, see, social media is a platform where we can showcase our talent. Mothers are also human beings. They have many hidden talents in them. So, during their free time, when they are totally stressed, they can do that. They can showcase their talent on social media, which would even like fresh their minds up, and then the whole day will be jolly and filled with happiness.
Tanisha, I agree with you. And I feel as if social media is both a curse and a beautiful gift because although it can showcase our talents, it's also a way to just exhaust ourselves. Sometimes we don't know how much time we're spending on our phone or a device that we keep scrolling endlessly. But at the same time, it's such a gift because you can then showcase your talents and you can recognize these signs of burnout.
Another
Eva, I do agree with you that technology is both a gift and a bad thing
Course.
for moms and pretty much everyone. But the thing is, some they will look to models or etc. and they'll feel like, oh, if I could be that. So I feel it is
I
bad.
I completely agree with Alina. We live in a, let's take Facebook for example. Facebook is an area where everyone has an opinion, right? And everyone has an opinion. So if a mother goes on Facebook and starts seeing posts and quotes per se that if you are doing this for your child, you're a bad mother. And maybe the mother might be doing this, maybe what do you say, giving the child a laptop, right? It it'll start piling on the, it'll all start piling up and go in the back of your mind, and it'll start squeezing, and it'll start developing developing a pain and a sort of thing, right?
Absolutely.
Really dangerous, yes.
Anthea, do you agree with what Rigved says, that the mothers will have body image issues, that yes, I'm not fit enough now as after the child's birth, especially the new moms, who have maybe toddlers who don't look like how they were in their younger self, or when they were not having kids. So do you think it really affects them negatively, or it is helpful for them to, as they embark on the journey of motherhood, it helps them, social media supports them? What do you think?
See, coming to think of it, social media can play both a positive and a negative role in mom burnout. But yes, social media can contribute to mom burnout as it can lead to unrealistic comparisons. And they also see other moms, having it like all together and having a perfect life. But everything on social media is not, actually true. And they can live up to like idealized versions of how a family actually is, and they might get more stressed because of that.
Absolutely. So there's something like unrealistic comparisons, which Anthea talked about, and I think it really, really affects them negatively. But there could be something positive, which also helps us, because we are living in this day and age where technology is become a part of our life, and we certainly cannot ignore that. So what is it that you think, how you think technology can improve the mental well-being of a mother? Can we have someone throw light on that? Yes.
I think since technology has become so modern, and it has a lot of facilities, we can do is we can have some sort of mummy group in the social media, which will help each other to take out stress or help the kids maybe prosper a little more.
Yeah.
And this will not only help the mothers to decrease their stress, but it'll also let the kids really have their personality grow and have more free time also.
Absolutely. So joining these groups is going to certainly be a helpful medium for you to help to get started with motherhood, and in fact also learn some tips and tricks how you can improve on your daily chores and tackle challenges. So
Yes.
now, yes,
Another
yes,
thing
Rigved.
is that another use with technology is there are certain apps like Talabat or Zomato which help you deliver food. See, if every day yes, it might be a little unhealthy, but it's so good to see your mother just sit down, relax, and have a happy evening eating food, right? So not only like food, but cleaning apps. There are certain companies which you have those apps where you can just send a message and they'll come and they'll clean for a certain amount, which is truly worth it, right? So there are certain apps like that and all in
Very,
technology.
very well said and explained, Rigved. The use of online apps will be a boon to in any family, because it's going to give and allow mummies little more time to prioritize for self-care, for things which they love to do, catch up with friends, kitty parties and stuff. So can we get towards, as we have come towards the end of the discussion, I request all the panelists to suggest at least one strategy which our mommies can learn from this discussion and can use it in their real life to cope with burnout. So we go with, yes, Arshia.
So one strategy is that the mommies, they can do yoga so they could be physically and also mentally healthy, and it would also decrease the risk of burnout.
Absolutely. Yoga and exercise is the
Yeah.
key. Yes, Tanisha.
There's a little child hidden in each and every person, and even mommies. So there's no wrong to be a bit crazy at sometimes and play with the kids, dance, sing, draw, whatever they like, perform their hobbies, so that it will calm them down.
Absolutely.
Tanisha, I
Mothers
absolutely agree with you because I feel that sometimes the best way to just relax is to open a book and just get so engrossed in the world that has been made up for you. Sometimes the best way to escape a world is to enter a new one.
Absolutely. Can we have Ayansh say a strategy? Ayansh.
Yes. So I would recommend that most mothers would take a max sleep as they can, minimum being 8 hours.
Absolutely. Sleeping, helping getting proper sleep, 8 to 9 hours of sleep is definitely going to be a good start. Can we have some more points from the panelists? What
I
about
feel the first step would be to take out your guilt. That is one step I feel a lot of moms to start with. Then maybe to improve your brain power or reward yourself or anything or any physical activity you do. That would be very helpful.
very key point of rewarding yourself by achieving the small wins, setting small targets and achieving those targets, and definitely celebrating, going out on kitty parties or taking the child or just going alone. So those small wins, celebrating those small wins is going to help improve their mental well-being and the physical development as well. So can we have Tanvi share some strategy with our audience?
Other strategies are like just drinking or just eating something that they want. Like they can sit
Tanvi, you're stuck.
on the couch, watch their favorite show. They can, as you said, ma'am, they can go out by themselves to their favorite hotel and treat themselves.
Right. So taking time out from the schedule for yourself every single day, not on a certain day. Very valid point. Swastik, you would like to know from you.
Moms would do meditation because of that they can free their mind and remove their guilt of not doing these things. They will get refreshed.
Absolutely. What about Anthea?
I think one stress buster for moms would be like watching a comedy show, because that's what actually, makes them laugh the most. And I think it's the most cutest. And they might also have a lot of fun because it also proves that laughing does reduce stress and improves your mood. So,
Absolutely. So spending quality time at home and watching a favorite show together is certainly one thing. And you kids also are a part of this of this activity. It's not just the mommies watching the comedy shows, but you being a part of it is going to help her achieve that complete happiness and bliss. Can we have Tanisha share some strategies from her side? Yeah, please.
Yes, ma'am. Like she can no need to cook the food at home. She can like order the food from outside. And I like every time see my mom, like whenever we go out, she tells that, wow, what a relief. I don't want to cook today. I will have it outside. So I feel happy. Like she doesn't have to work today.
Right. So
And
no,
one more
no
way,
cooking day. Yeah. Yeah, Arshia.
yeah. So, and one more way to prevent burnout is to boost your brain by doing crosswords, or like how Eva, I think so she said, by reading a book.
Right.
Um, they could
Right.
also do
Absolutely. Doing, playing, getting engaged in indoor games is also one way of getting rid of burnout and, eventually improve our self mental well-being. So that culminates into what we were here today is to share some practical strategies of dealing with burnout on a daily basis. And I think you panelists have really come up with real insights, facts, and findings, and also the practical strategies which mommies can use. So that brings us to the end of today's discussion. Just to summarize the points with the house today is panelists have thrown light on prioritizing self-care, not selfish. Removing guilt is also one way of building your mental well-being. Social media to be used moderately and mindfully in order to improve your overall mental and physical well-being. There were 9 strategies which were shared by our panelists to summarize: doing yoga, performing, following a hobby, reading, crosswords, sleeping, getting enough sleep, rewarding oneself, meditation, and also a no cooking day, which are some of the ways how they can cope up with it. Also, one key thing which came up is using the online and the technology to its best in order to boost the uh, self motivation and also improve our mental well-being. So this brings our discussion to an end, but now we are going to open the floor for the audience to ask you questions. So let's have the mothers going and asking questions to our panelists. Anyone from the floor? Yeah, come on, mothers. I'm sure you were sitting back and enjoying the discussion and learning so much, but this is the time when you can clarify your doubts and also encourage our children. Yes, Ms. Bindu.
Hello, thank you so much. Thanks, Taranam, for organizing this. I think you're doing a great job anyways, but this is like an additional support and motivation for the mothers. And you provoked the kids to think about it. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I think how you started was the best thing, which said like God cannot be available everywhere, and that's why He created mothers. So that's the best thing. I heard all what the kids are telling. A lot of things, at least they've thought about their mothers. They have concerns. But one thing what I would like to say is they've spoken about ordering food from out, getting additional help, things. But these are all one time. But what I would like them to think about is what they can do to make lives easier without external help. I think if they can do a small portion of what they have to do, at least maintain their rooms, at least some things, instead of the whole cooking, a little bit of utensils, a little bit, it'll help. But these are the things that will really help. Absolutely. Because you don't have to wait for somebody from external to come and do. Correct. So correct. Yeah, then it is not a burden and there's no burnout there. Then everybody takes a little bit of stress.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So children, what do you feel about maintaining your own rooms and following the chores which is assigned to you rather than asking for help, which is going to burn a hole in our pockets? So what do you think, panelists?
I think it is one of the main thing.
Yes, Swasti, go ahead.
I think it is one of the main things that a child should do to relieve a mother's stress, because if a mother also have to do some chores which a children can do, it is going to give her more stress and burnout.
Absolutely. What about Rigved? I think this question was towards him. Rigved, what do you think?
Yes, I do agree with this, because something like our own rooms and our own it's our house, right? We should do our best to try and help even in the smallest ways. Absolutely. Which would detrimentally sorry, I'm not able to pronounce it, but which would really help the your mothers, right? So
Right.
it's really important to even the smallest amount, like
Right.
cleaning and maybe even a little dusting will be amazing for.
Yes, I agree with Rigved too. All right, can we have some more questions? Thank you, Miss Bindu, for such a valid question and an eye opener for kids. That yes, they have to be a part of this of maintaining their own spaces, and that also builds in the self discipline which we are trying to inculcate in children. So thank you so much. Can
Thank
we
you.
have some questions from parents? Audience, come on. Yes,
Taranum.
yes, Miss Tina.
Okay. One of the points that was surely said was regarding parents, especially mothers, taking some time and watching something on TV that's, hilarious and makes you laugh and,
Yes.
watching it with kids. But one question I'd surely like to ask, I don't know whether it happens to all, but I'm sure it does, is like how many times is the remote with the parents and not the kids? So half the time we're always watching what the kids want to watch.
Right, right.
And yeah, that's the question I would have.
All right, so panelists, what do you think?
I
Yes,
guess device time limits are something we should enforce them,
yes,
and maybe like making a journal on that daily life in which we can like 1 hour only of this, then you have to do this.
right.
Maybe
Yes,
something like that.
I also agree that if the thing is that even with having a digital time limit is really good because it would start to create time punctuality, which is something really important when you grow up,
But
right?
but the audience wants to know that the child does not compromise on her screen time. That's the time when he or she also wants to watch. So what is going to be what is one mindful thing what a mother or a child should do when it comes to the mother free time or the me time? Are you ready to compromise on sacrifice? Because that I think
Yes.
mothers always are told to sacrifice and compromise, but I think it should be with the kids as well. Anthea.
I
The thing
think
is,
it
it
should
should
be.
be with
Okay,
everyone.
we go with Anthea. Yes, Anthea.
I think balanced would, make it more, but obviously mothers do have a priority. I mean, they bought it, like, but yeah, but I think balance would make it more. But yes, obviously, if they're going through a mom buna, then their priority is more to them.
What do you mean by balance?
Like,
Yes. So do you mean that the child should child should help the mother balance work and family time
yeah, I think that's yeah.
Understanding
by
By
understanding?
understanding how much hard work they do, and
Absolutely.
we should also try and not give them.
Absolutely. What I think I would suggest as a mother is when your mom has a screen time, okay, and the best time for her is not the screen time that she wants to grab the remote and watch and enjoy. She would be happier to see you doing some more engaging tasks like reading or writing or painting or drawing while she enjoys her screen time. So if that is one thing what you kids would do, that's going to be really awesome and a gift for your mom. Yes. Yes, I am.
Excuse me, but that was actually my point only. I was like, if suppose I was supposed to watch TV, I was wanting to watch TV, and my mother had some free time on her, which I would find is very rare. So I would more just say, I would give the TV to her and go inside, read a book.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is one thing what how you kids can support mothers from enjoying her space and time. All right. We go with one last question from the audience. And then we move to our third segment, which is evaluation. So can we, moms, come on, we need some questions from you and some practical experience what you go through at home and how kids can support.
Hi, this is Neha.
Yeah.
Firstly, I would appreciate Taranum ma'am particularly for bringing up this topic. Second, I do acknowledge all the kids of this generation, especially looking at Tanvi, she's the generation that she belongs to. People are now aware that mother's health is equally important, mother's time is equally important. These things are being given value now, which weren't there earlier for moms. So I do acknowledge the involvement or the role played by the social media in this case, bringing up Mother's Day. It's not that they celebrate us one day, it's what they do all the other 364 days, which brings up this day to celebrate. So the discussion was wonderful. I completely agree with the suggestions given by all the panelists about how we can be better taking care of ourselves. The only thing I would like to share here is recently I've been suffering with some injury in my hand, and Tanvi as a daughter has been as good as a mother to me. So these things, as I said, because of social media, because of teachers like you, because of mentors and guides like you, our kids have really learned and they share it with each other. And I'm sure other kids are doing what they can do best at this age.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ms. Neha, for sharing that story, and I hope you recover soon. And
Thank you. Thank you.
panelists, what do you think about this concern when you have mother who has not been able to give her best to her role? What is one, like how we see Tanvi helping her around and actually being a nurse and a mother? So what is it that, what else can we do, or how else can we support our mommies?
I feel like
yeah, Eva can go. Yeah.
I feel like the point that Rigved touched up a while ago about the social apps. I feel like personally, if we can do the cooking or cleaning, then that's something that we should do. But if we cannot do that, then the least we can do is order something for our mothers or do the simple things that she can't do. Maybe if, like Miss Neha, she can't reach the top shelves, for example. So I feel like if we just, help them get the stuff that they need, and yeah.
Right. I think you guys are talking about empathy, what is, one social skill which kids of your generation should really understand and come to realization that this is one social skill which is going to be applicable when you grow up as well. And this is the stage where you are at, that you can empathize with the situation, not just with the mothers, but everyone around. You know that someone's in pain, someone's going through some issues, and you're there to support and help. Right. So every small thing matters and it counts, and it's going to reflect on how your mother wants to raise you and has raised you, right? So go extra mile, do things which is going to make your parents proud and happy. And also, just the way what you did today was mesmerizing. I think I didn't expect the outcome to come out in this manner. You've really worked hard, and I'm sure you are taking home way more than what you have learned in my class, because this is what I was envisioning to do through this panel discussion, that children should learn about being empathetic, okay, whilst also being communicative and articulate their thoughts and ideas freely, which you have done beautifully. So congratulations to all the panelists. We are going to end our discussion here and call in our judge, our chief judge, to share the evaluation of being a silent spectator and, noticing all the loopholes which we couldn't notice. Let's hear it from her, because that's going to help us improve. So over to you, Ms. Shabina.
Thank you, Ms. Tarannum. And let me congratulate you on the fact that you have chosen such a brilliant topic, and so that the kids have researched it so well. And I think this topic about motherhood, it was not spoken about earlier because we didn't think that it has to be thrown light upon, and we have to discuss this topic. And this is such a wonderful topic that you have chosen to have a panel discussion on this day. And secondly, I would like to congratulate all the mothers who are present here, all the mothers of the little kids who have participated today, and they have spoken brilliantly about this topic. So let us give a round of applause for all the kids who are present here. And you people are such little kids, and it gives me such pride, the things that I have researched and written about in books, about social media, about glam moms, about the emotional depression and in mom guilt and all that. You have encompassed everything in this panel discussion, and I was so much intrigued. I was so happy to listen to all the points and your views regarding this topic. So while writing this book, I was thinking that am I doing a good job writing this book? Is anybody going to read about it? Because usually people read about self-help, productivity, time management, and all that, and who's going to read about motherhood? But then when I saw this, and I saw these little kids delving into this topic and coming out with their own ideas. I was so happy that, yes, that I've done a great job writing this book. So, you people are so inquisitive. You have researched about the topic so well. You are actually waiting for the speaker to end, and then you are starting to, you're starting your conversation. So that is really brilliant. And the thing that I noticed is, since you have researched and read so well about the topic, you are being so empathetic towards this topic and towards mothers, that you are coming up with your own explanations as well, whatever you have observed as kids. So, when the questions were thrown at you, you were so confident in answering those questions, and you were leaving an audience with this, with the clarity in their mind and with the inquisitive questions as well. You are speaking about American psychological society, you're speaking about mood swings, isolation, and that the mothers are guilt-ridden. And that there is one incident which I would like to share it with you. And my elder one, when she was 4 years of old, and during the pandemic, I was completely exhausted. And one day, I was just lying down. So she asked me, Mama, what happens? And I told her that I'm tired. So she suddenly ran to my bedroom, and she got this my cell phone. And she said, now, Mama, you can relax. So I think, yes, kids are taking this relaxing synonymous to holding a phone in their in your hand and then relaxing. So that's what we mothers do. And going to the groceries felt like, oh my God, I'm going to a mall and I'm having my me time. So, raising up kids it really takes a toll on your mental capacity. So I'm so happy that you people have come up with such great insights about motherhood, and you are that Elena spoke about prioritizing our own needs, and Eva added the point along with Elena, and she said that how she supports that point. So I really like the fact that you are also supporting, you are contradicting the points, but at the same time you are maintaining the sanctity of the conversation. Now, Tanisha also shared her story about her favorite food, and then it kept us thinking that, oh yes, even when I look back, I don't realize what was my mom's favorite food when I was a kid. Now I know, but when I was a kid, I didn't give a thought about it. So I really like that point, and Anthea supported this fact with her own conversation. So Rigved maintained a very good body language and expressions throughout. So you spoke about facts and findings, and Ayansh, he spoke about the time that we sacrifice. As mothers, I think time is such a pivotal thing that we are using that time, utilizing that time. We could have done something else, but we are when I feed my 4-year-old, and I think that it takes me 1 hour, more than 1 hour, to feed her, and I feel that I could have read a book, or I could have written something, I could have done something else, but that is how I'm sacrificing that time. And I can resonate with all the moms who are doing so. They could have done something else, something more productive, but they are using that time for their kids. So I'm happy that you spoke about how moms are utilizing, or how moms are using their time for their kids, and that is a great sacrifice. Or yeah, I'm happy that you spoke about that topic. Then we have Arshia, who spoke about moms need isolation, and that's why I said that, yeah, even trips to groceries felt like a great thing for me. Swastik spoke about how moms are guilt-ridden, and that is true, which I have also incorporated in my book, that moms are, whether they are going out for their work or whether they are at home, they are absolutely guilt-ridden because of the fact that they are not giving enough time to their career, despite being highly educated, or if they are at home, if they are going to office, they feel that they are not giving enough time to their kids. So that was a wonderful topic that you came up with. Tanisha spoke about social media, how it helps moms, and about the hidden talents. They also stressed and all that. It helps in writing about, and I think you should be vocal about your thoughts, and that is how social media has actually helped us. But at the same time, the glam moms who show us everything is perfect and everything is neat and clean, they make us feel that am I doing something wrong? Because my house is not so clean with the kids and all that. So yes, and then Tanvi added a point that, elder sibling can give an attention, and that is how task delegation comes into play. And I feel as a mother, task delegation should be a priority. If you think that your child is 7 years or 8 years old, you can delegate a task. You can give him a task to clean the room, or to take the groceries from the door, because in UAE the groceries are delivered at the door, and can help them in coming up, because as mothers, we want to do everything for our family. But I think if you delegate tasks to the other members of the family, your workload will lessen, it will be minimized, and your mom burnout will minimize to a certain level. And about the remote, yes, I think it has been like 3 or 4 months. I don't remember when was the last time I held the remote. So I actually enjoyed your session. I enjoyed every bit of it, whatever you spoke about. And for suggestion for your to improve upon, I would just like to say that all of you have done a brilliant job. I really enjoyed the session. All mothers must have enjoyed the session, and just be a little clear on your vocals, on your words. Just be a little clear, bring little clarity. And while you are on screen, just I noticed one person, one of the child playing with eyes, because see, everybody is looking at you. Don't think this is just like a physical platform, because our torso is visible, and then face is visible, eyes are visible. So whatever movements that you are making, they are visible. So just don't play around and be attentive. And some students are very good at utilizing your hands, because we are just, our legs are not visible, and only the upper body, only the torso is visible. So we have to be very good with our hand gestures. So some people are utilizing these hand gestures very effectively, and I would like to recommend all those who are not utilizing, work on your hand gestures, work on your eye movements, because in online meetings and when you are on the screen, you really have to work with your body language to make the attention of the audience glued to you. So that is my little recommendations. But I really like the sessions, and I really admire you little people. And I think I did not feel that I'm listening to little kids. And you must be, I think you must be in your 7th or 8th grades. I really felt that I'm listening to big people, and with so much thoughts and so much ideas coming up. So that was really, really brilliant, and all the best to all the kids. That was a wonderful session. Thank you so much, Ms. Tarannum, for inviting me to this session. I really enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Shabina, for such a detailed evaluation. We certainly will work on hand gestures for everyone, and the vocal clarity and the vocabulary, which children have to work on it. It's been a challenge for us. Kids know that, okay, and we are working closely on getting them to improvise and enhance their speech and organization of speech with using vocabulary words, and also non-verbal communication skills, which we are working on. Thank you so much for being here. I'd like to invite Tanvi to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. What a fabulous discussion we witnessed today. My name is Tanvi Kundra, and I'm going to propose the vote of thanks. Firstly, let me thank our Chief Judge, Ms. Shabina Zaidi, for being a part of today's panel discussion. You have provided great insights to us, and we have learned a great deal from you. On behalf of Active Kids Club, please accept this token of appreciation, and we look forward to seeing you again. I also want to thank our MC, Ms. Hannah Priyas, for giving a great start to this event, and our club coach and moderator, Ms. Tarannum Sheikh, for giving us these opportunities. Last but not least, our marvelous mothers for being such a lovely audience. Thank you, everyone. Happy Mother's Day once again. See you in the next class.
Thank you, Tanvi. Right, so thank you so much, mothers. Thank you, panelists. We've completed one interesting module. I'm sure you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. So that means our outcome that would show that our outcome is achieved. Use it, use what you have said, apply what you have actually mentioned in the discussion today, and what you have learned live by it, what you have said, because that's going to pave the way to success and self improvement, which we are all will be happy to see you shine and grow in your life. So mothers, I'm sure we've made your day very special, because that also was one of the intentions to have this kind of a thing organized. So mothers, we are keeping the floor open. Would you like to say something to our kids and for us to improve? Yeah, Miss Sanjana, I'd like to know from you. She's actually a guest. Her child is not with us, but we are so happy that she came in here and spent that weekend little time with us. So, ma'am, what do you think about our session
So
today?
I firstly want to congratulate you, Tarannum, for organizing this. It was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed listening to each and every the panelists, their opinions, and obviously they've thought about it, and they were also varied. So that was great. And I was making notes as we were speaking, and coincidentally or funny enough, as this discussion was going on, I was also serving breakfast to my kids. It being a Sunday, kids were at home, so I sort of missed out on quite a few points. But I tried to keep my ears pinned to the phone.
Right.
And I just want to say that in this day and age, because of nuclear families, the burden falls on the mother a lot. And there's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, and I think that's really true. And we are missing out on that in this day and age. And I think that is a very important reason why mothers are so stressed all the time, because we really have nobody to fall back on. Our parents live in a different geographical location. And the schools that they go to, somehow the culture has changed. It is not like how it used to be, where there used to be shared values and shared culture. So everybody was reinforcing the same thing to the child. But right now you're really living in such a global society that you feel like what is being said at home, what is being said outside, it's all very different. And you're competing against social media as well. I think that places a lot of stress on the mother. So I think it's important that wherever mothers can get support, either from friends, teachers, counselors, they should. It really will make a huge difference. Even some small words of encouragement, like, okay, you're doing the right thing, you're on the right path. I think that will really make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So very well said, Miss Sanjana. And you serving breakfast to your kids on a Sunday morning, that shows that this is a reality of our life. No matter whichever day we are celebrating, we take pride in what we are doing. It's not
absolutely,
and we are happy to serve you kids, but definitely little thing from your side is going to really make our day brighter and really bring smile to our face. All right. So thank you so much, parents. Can we have one nice cute selfie together? So kids, can we show some reactions for this? For me, it is just a heart for all mothers and my lovely panelists. They have done such a fab job. Wow. Amazing. Come on, kids, quickly, everybody together. Come on, Ayansh. Come on, Rigved. Nice job. Nice job. Thank you so much, Ms. Shabina, once again for your efforts and for your time. It's really valuable. Thank you, Hannah, for doing the role, my timer, my timekeeper, and my co-host as well. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day ahead. Kids, make your mothers feel special, not just today, but every day. Every day is Mother's Day. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. We take leave now. Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye. Bye. See you next
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.